Okay, so here's the first prototype, or I mean the first proof of concept um, attempt with the front bezel of the dashboard from the spinner. And it seems, and this is doing, as you can see back there, the rear projection. Oops, hold on, get back in focus. I also had to flip the video because you're doing rear projection, and obviously the text and everything is going to be backwards. So that was kind of a pain in the neck, but got it done. What I want to do is work on the hotspot. I'm kind of off to the side. If I go straight on, like any rear projection, you've got to contend with the fact that you're looking down the throat of the LED or the lens, so you're going to have a hotspot. So what I would probably suggest is on each mirror, because that's how you'd do this, is inside the dash housing, you'd have a mirror in the back that would take the light down into the body of the vehicle and then forward into the front of the vehicle and take whatever bends necessary. Because right now it looks like the distance, with doing no mods to the lens or anything, about 220 millimeters from the back of the dash to the projector head. And you can do that simply by a sequence of mirrors bouncing the light back and forth to simulate that distance. So it's not hard to absorb that. 220 millimeters is not a whole lot of distance, but it works really well. I mean, I don't know of a LCD screen that would fill this up and still be able to get into the volume of the dash. So the projector here, let me stop this and I'll turn on the lights. Okay, I really don't think there's a way you could practically do this with an LCD screen or an OLED screen. I mean, an OLED display. Nobody makes a display this size, especially less a chance than, say, back in 08, 09 when I first started working with putting MP4 players inside my various models and props. I did a reactor wall for my flying sub, and I also did the tricorder, which I already posted. That I did in 09, but back then there were just all sorts of MP4 players to pick from. But unfortunately, oops, I guess that's the end of the video. Unfortunately, since the advent of telephones doing all of that, nobody, oops, no, very few of the Japanese, or I mean Chinese companies are making standalone MP4 players. So there's not a whole lot of options out there. A matter of fact, what I'll be doing for this particular screen, which I can't show you right now because I've got the epoxy hardening on the display. I remoted that so I can mount that in here and have the electronics elsewhere. That'll be a second video that I'll post along with this. But I used one of these. They're disgustingly cheap. I think I got these for around $6-7. The pain in the ass is they need an AMV codec, which means you got to transcode your videos going from MP4 to this format, and this format is really restricted as far as the screen sizes. So I'm going to have to redo the graphics that were done for the if you're wondering what that circle is, I found out the hard way. YouTube doesn't let you just download videos anymore. You can save them to the cloud, you can save a link, but you can't physically take the video down without using some sort of capture device or some less than legal means of pulling the video. They want to get their money, and they're going to get their money, and no longer can you just simply use a video downloader that used to be available like Firefox and do it that way. So I had to use a game capture box to grab this. So what you're seeing is my lovely DSL buffering. You know, just I'm at the end of the bandwidth of the copper. The closest phone switching station is so far away from me. So anyways, I'm surprised Netflix and Amazon even work, but when it comes to high-res YouTube videos, you can see I'd be buffering, but I did get plenty of good footage. It's at the end of this, so pay no mind to that spinning circle. That's actually in the file, and now the function of the projector back there. So anyhow, getting back to my original story, these have very low res. You can't even find data on the box as to what its native resolution is, but you'll see when I show the video the really nice job that Flimzy did on that particular video was wasted on the display resolution that unfortunately I'm going to be putting in here. Unless somebody knows of an IPS display of resolution greater than 320 by 240, let me know, because right now this is the only thing I've got that's cost effective. I mean, as I said, they're cheap, and the mods I make are cheap. So these are suggestions. By all means, anybody who's doing a 1/6 scale spinner definitely can do their own thing. This is just what I would do. So anyhow, I'm going to cut this video, and we'll do the other half, and I hope this works. Why is, oh, because probably, let's see, am I dealing with a hotspot? Come on, jeez. Yeah, I am. Okay. I was wondering. All I'm using as my rear projection screen is a vellum. Maybe that's not the best material, but that's all I had as far as a frosted material that I could quickly do to put this thing together. I just wanted to show it is possible, you know, to do this, and the results aren't horrible. I would just have to say there will be some limitations, but better than nothing. So anyways, hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video. So bye.